Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for April 8th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the markets today. First on the board, we got our June live cattle. We did have a fairly uneventful day here in this cattle market. Prices did open up higher following that news of the ceasefire agreement last night. So we did see this June live contract opening up about $1.50 higher on the day. However, the remainder of the day was spent selling off and kind of repeating that prior day's action. We did see this market briefly undercutting that prior day's low before finishing up here at 245.75. Slightly positive on the day, but still seeing this market seeing some pushback off these overextended levels. This pullback is still in play here. Look for offers down here below prior day's lows to keep this market pulling back here into the low 240s. We do have our rising moving averages here climbing up into these areas, so we should have plenty of support from down below. Any sort of dips from here should be good buying opportunities as this market still remains in a nice uptrend. Bulls are in control here at the moment. We should see any sort of dips here get bought up and keep this cattle market pushing higher here over the long term. Here in the near term, though, we could see a little bit of weakness here throughout the rest of the week as we should see a little bit more of a pullback attempt. But we should see these bulls try and reload here by the end of the week and maybe into early next and keep this cattle market pushing higher. Next up, we got our May feeders on the board. Similar action here today. Prices opening up down there or back up there near those prior day highs following the good news. However, the upside was contained to that early part of the day. Prices did sell off down there, briefly undercutting that prior day low before finishing just shy of 368 on the day. This market did close a little bit higher on the day, but still in pullback territory, seeing some resistance stepping in here right around 370s after a nice rally over the last about week and a half here. Price just hanging out up here at overextended levels, overbought levels. We could see the same kind of pullback down here towards 360 and back into our averages. We should see dips be good buying opportunities. We should see these bulls step in and offer good support here throughout the rest of the week in the event of continued pullbacks. But this uptrend still remains intact, so any dips should be good buying opportunities, and these bulls should keep pushing this market back up here towards these all-time highs as we head into next week. So look for the big picture uptrend to continue. We could see a pullback here in the near term, but the upside should continue to keep on pushing this cattle market higher. Next up, May corn futures on the board. As we discussed last night, this is a pretty choppy and directionless market. We are seeing this thing kind of flush down here below 450. Price did see that sell-off last night before rallying back up here into the close. Nice little pushback by the bulls here. We could see offers above today's high push us back into this range. Not really expecting any major directional moves, just seeing this market continue to chop up around these major moving averages and in some wide ranges. Very directionless market. Look for this thing to just keep on chopping up here in the mid fours. And crude oil prices getting discounted here today following the ceasefire news. We did see this market trading back up there in the 110 to 115 range yesterday. But then following the ceasefire news, we did see that big discount here pushing all the way back towards $90. Finishing the day here right around 96.5. This market, with that news, should see this thing just continue to digest this recent volatility, trade in some wide ranges. But as long as that ceasefire remains in place and we see this thing continue to de-escalate, we should see these crude prices continue to start to tighten up and trade in some wide ranges. Upside, we shouldn't see much more upside barring any sort of escalation. But we should see this crude market continue to digest all this recent volatility and try and come back down to earth here for a little bit. So look for this downside. Any more offers down here below 96.5 tomorrow should keep pushing this market back down towards $90 and potentially into the 80s. We should see this thing continue to slip here into the end of the week. And next up, our equity indexes all showing nice signs of life here today. We did see a follow-through day occur here on the S&P and the NASDAQ, signaling a potential rally attempt here. This market seeing a nice close higher above 2% gains on increasing volume here today. So all good signs, good technical signs of a rally attempt here as this market is going to try and kick off a new uptrend. We still do have pretty messy charts here from our major components, but good rally here today on some good news. Should get them trying to climb back higher. We should see some wide ranges here. Volatility still remains elevated, so we could see this thing continue to bounce around. as these markets try and put in a reversal here and build some good bases to climb out of here. But we are seeing the first signs of life here in the stock market, so now is a good time to start looking for good deals and some places to put some money back to work. We'll have to wait and see if this follow through day holds for the rest of the week. As long as today's low holds here throughout the remainder of the week, we should see the upside continue. Each of our indexes closing back above our major averages here today, signaling good signs of strength here. We should see the bulls try and make an attempt to get this new uptrend back on track. So look for this upside to continue. Like I said, though, we still should see some wide ranges and a little bit of volatility being elevated here following this news here recently. But as long as these underlying components and these indexes try and carve out some nice bases and start finding some traction above their major averages, that opens to the doors to some upside. So start looking for good deals and some spots to put money to work. We should see more signs of life here as long as this follow-through day attempt holds here throughout the rest of the week. We could start looking at some upside here as we go into the end of the month. So that's all we got for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Catch you guys tomorrow.